Hi, my name is Avron Swartz. I am a boger of Yeshivat Cioin. I am currently involved in various works in the community, youth rabbi of one of the synagogues, and a ram in one of the yeshivas in Montreal. It's taught Tana Devei Eliyahu kol hashane halachos b'chol yom muftach loy shehu ben olam haba. It's taught in the house of Elijah that anyone who learns halachas every single day is guaranteed, is promised a portion in the world to come. And this is a quote from the Gemara in Megillah, and is part of our davening every single day. And the question is, what's the message of this teaching? The Kedushas Levi, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Barditchev, offers a different perspective in this quote. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak says, Kol ha-shoyne halachos, anybody who is shoyne. Shoneh also can come from a word to change. Anyone who changes their motions, ha-halachot, his movements, lahalech, to go, to move. Anyone who changes his motions in this world, he changes himself every single day, muftach lo shehu ben olam haba. Kedushas Levi is telling us that this is the purpose of man in this world. The purpose of man in this world is to grow every single day. The person you were yesterday is not the person you are today. The person you are today is not the person you will be tomorrow. We are a different person. But sometimes there can be certain challenges that could hold us back. And how do we deal with those challenges? Do we allow those challenges to just hold us down and say, oh, well, I can't do it? Or do I still need to push myself to do something? The answer is in this week's Parsha. In this week's Parsha, Parashat Mishpatim, which actually started in Parashat Yisrael, HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes to the Jewish people and says, do you want the Torah? And the Jewish people say the famous word, Na'aseh Venishma, which in actual fact is only rarely said together in this week's Parashat, Parashat Mishpatim. In last week's Parashat it said Na'aseh, and then in a few psukim later it said Nishma. But in this week's Parsha, it actually mentions the two words together of Na'aseh Venishma. And what does HaKadosh Baruch Hu say to the Jewish people? Do you want it? And the Jewish people say, sure, absolutely. And we'll study it later. Absolutely, we'll take it. No problem. And then, what does Hashem do? As it's mentioned in Parashat Yisrael, the pasuk says, "Vayisiatzu b'sachtis ohar," that the Jewish people were placed by the mountain. And Rashi brings two explanations. Rashi says one explanation is neged ahar. They were standing next to the mountain. Another explanation, Rashi learns the word besachtis, betachat ahar. They were under the mountain. They were under the mountain. What had happened? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, according to the Medrash, kafa alem har kagigis, he put the mountain on top of them. And he said, are you going to accept the Torah or not? If yes, shkoyach, then we can continue this ceremony. And if not, sham tehei kivuraschem, here I'm going to bury you. It's not much of a choice over here. Why does Hashem have to do this kind of an act? What's the message of this whole story? The Jewish people had already accepted the Torah. Now Hashem is forcing us. The Baal Shem Tov teaches us in one of the Svarim called Keter Shem Tov that Na'aseh Venishma is based on me. It's based on how I feel. Hashem came to the Jewish people and they said, do you want the Torah? What did the Jewish people say? Yes, we'll do it. But it's dependent on me. If I'm tired today, I'll take a break. If I'm busy tomorrow, I'm taking a break. If I have time, I'll learn. If I have time, I'll daven. It's all dependent on me. And when something is dependent on me, if I'm in a situation of honest, We know the famous expression, Ones Rachmana Patra. If you're in a pressing situation, you're patur according to Torah. You don't have to do it. You're exempt. What does HaKadosh Baruch Hu do? He puts the mountain on top of us. And he says, Jewish people, it's not about you. Because sometimes in life, we go through challenges. And the question is, are we going to allow those challenges to hold me back from achieving my goal? Or are we going to push ourselves even more and more and more? And this is the message of the famous expression of Na'aseh Venishma, and he puts the mountain on top of him. But how much more so this connects to what I spoke in the beginning of the famous teaching of the Kedushas Levi of Kol Hashoina Halachas B'chol Yom, anybody who changes their ways every single day. Because we all go through challenges. Every single person in the world right now is going through challenges. And the question is, are we allowing those challenges to hold us back? Or are we using those challenges to make us stronger? So please God, we should not have any more challenges. The challenges should be moved. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has given us enough challenges. Now it should be complete menucha in the world. And please God, we should have the ultimate menucha. The hitgalut of Mashiach tzidkenu b'karov mamash. We should have the revelation of Mashiach speedily now. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and Oni Besorot Tovot.